A court case. A few months ago there was a bank robbery in Stanford. The police arrested a man and a woman. They're in court now. A woman saw the robbery. She's standing in the witness box. The judge and the 12 members of the jury are listening to her. A lawyer is asking her some questions.
Now, Miss Dexter, you saw the bank robbery, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You saw a man, didn't you?
That's right. I saw him when he went into the bank and when he came out.
Now, look around the court. Can you see that man?
Yes. He's the man I saw.
He wasn't alone when he went into the bank, was he?
No, he was with a woman.
Now, look around the court again. Can you see that woman?
Yes, there. She's the woman I saw.
I see, Miss Dexter. Now, look at the man and woman again. This is very important. Are you absolutely sure about them?
Absolutely sure. They're the people I saw.
Now, Miss Dexter, what was the man wearing when he went into the bank?
I don't remember everything, but I remember his hat and his bag.
Look at the hat on the table. Is that the hat?
Yes, that's the hat he was wearing.
And the bag?
Yes, that's the bag he was carrying.
Do you remember anything about the woman?
Yes, she was wearing a blonde wig and black platform shoes.
How do you know it was a wig, Miss Dexter?
Because it fell off when she was running to the car.
Look at the wig on the table. Is that the wig?
Yes, that's the wig she was wearing.
And the shoes. Look at the shoes.
Yes, they're the shoes she was wearing.
Thank you, Miss Dexter.
Empty chair. A friend of mine, Rob Jenkins, almost had a nervous breakdown last year. I told him to go to the doctor.
Hello, Mr. Jenkins. What can I do for you?
Well, Doctor, I'm very tense and nervous. I haven't been able to sleep for several days.
Have you been working hard?
Oh, yes, I've been very busy. I've been working 12 hours a day.
Have you been taking any pills?
No, but I've been smoking too much and I've been drinking a lot of coffee.
Well, you should take a holiday. You should go somewhere quiet and peaceful. Like Cornwall. Why don't you go there?
Rob decided to go to Cornwall the next weekend. Penkey was a very small fishing village on the north coast of Cornwall. There were no trains or buses to Penkey, so he had to drive. It was a long journey, and Rob arrived late on Friday evening. The landlady of the guest house, Mrs. Doone, answered the door and showed him to his room. Rob was very tired and went straight to bed. He slept well and didn't wake up until 9 o'clock the next morning. Rob went downstairs for breakfast. Because there were no other guests, Mrs. Doone invited him to have breakfast with her and her daughter, Catherine. Catherine was already sitting in the dining room. She was about 13 years old, with long black hair and clear grey eyes. Mrs. Doone went to the kitchen to prepare breakfast. Rob and Catherine looked at each other nervously for a few seconds.
There are 4 places at the table. Is there another guest?
Oh, no. We never talk about the empty place.
The empty place? What do you mean?
Well, that used to be my father's place.
Used to be? I don't understand.
My father was a fisherman. 3 years ago he went out in his boat, and he never returned.
What happened to him?
Nobody knows. They searched everywhere, but they found nothing. My mother always keeps that place for him, and she makes his breakfast every morning. She thinks he'll come back. That's a photograph of him over there on the wall. My mother's been waiting for him for 3 years.
Rob said nothing, but he looked very worried. At that moment Mrs. Doone returned. She poured 4 cups of tea and put 1 cup in the empty place. Rob looked more worried, and he stared at the empty chair. Suddenly he He heard footsteps outside the door, and a tall man with a black beard walked into the room. Rob looked terrified. It was the man in the photograph. He jumped up and ran out of the room.
Who was that? What's the matter?
I don't know. I don't understand. He's a guest from London. He arrived last night while you were asleep.
Catherine, do you know anything about this?
No, I don't, Father. But he's here because he's very nervous. He says he's hiding here because a tall man with a black beard is trying to kill him.
Catherine, have you been telling stories again?
Stories, Father? Me?
How long? How much?
Come in. You're Mr. Carson, aren't you? Please sit down.
Thank you.
What can I do for you, Mr. Carson?
Well, I want to borrow some money.
What for?
I want to buy a car. I've been saving for 2 years.
Ah. How much have you saved?
I've saved about £1,000.
What are you reading?
The Godfather. It's about the mafia in America. John told me to read it.
Oh, it's a very long book.
I know. I've been reading it for a month and I haven't finished it yet.
How many pages have you read?
About 400. I don't like long books.
Neither do I.
Petrol, sir?
Please, fill it up.
Which grade?
4-star. It's nearly empty. I've been driving all day.
Oh, how far have you driven?
Oh, about 400 miles. I've driven from Scotland.
Oh, that's a long way. Shall I check the oil and water?
Please.
Hello, Jenny. You still working? It's time for lunch.
I know, but I haven't finished these letters yet. They're important. Mr. Powell wants them this afternoon.
How long have you been typing?
Since 9 o'clock. I didn't stop for coffee.
How many have you done?
Oh, most of them. There are only 2 left.
Well, do them after lunch.
No, I'll do them now.
Okay. See you this afternoon.
Look.
Nick Owen is a guide for Britannia Tours. Some new tourists have just arrived in Exmouth. He's showing them around the town.
I'm sure you'll enjoy your stay here. There's the beach that's the safest for swimmers. The other beaches aren't as good. And that's the shop that sells picnic lunches. Over there's the shop that sells souvenirs. I'll meet you back here at 4 o'clock.
Paul's showing Angela some holiday photos.
Look. This is the hotel I stayed in. And here's the restaurant I used to go to. I used to eat there every day. This is the beach we used to lie on. It was a marvellous holiday.
Anne's just had an accident. She's telling a policeman about it.
The car in front of me stopped suddenly. I managed to stop, but the van behind me didn't. It hit my car and pushed it into the car in front. There's my car. There's the van that hit my car. And that's the car my car hit.
Paul's showing Angela an old school photo.
The headmaster's in the middle. He's the one that taught us Latin. His lessons were very boring. The fat one on the left is Mr. Bunter. He's the one that used to hit us with a cane. Mr. Cherry's on the right. He's the one that taught us French and football. I was never bored in his lessons.
This is a picture of Ronald Rigg. He's the man the police arrested yesterday. He's standing next to P.C. Martin. Martin's the policeman that caught him. Booking in advance.
Hello, Old England Restaurant. Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to book a table for tonight.
Yes, sir. What time?
8 o'clock.
Certainly, sir. For how many people?
There are 10 of us.
10 of you. We don't usually accept large parties, sir.
I know, but we are regular customers.
What's your name, please, sir?
Richard Burton.
Mr. Burton. Of course, that'll be all right. We'll put 2 tables together.
I'd like 2 seats for the concert on Thursday evening.
Yes, where would you like to sit?
I'm not sure.
Well, here's a seating plan of the concert hall.
How much is it in the middle?
£6.
£6. That's a little too expensive for us. How much is it there, at the back?
£2.
That's fine. What time does the concert start?
At 7:30, sir.
Have you got any seats left for the Stratford excursion?
Yes, sir, there are a few seats left.
Is that the one that goes to Oxford as well?
That's right.
How long does the whole excursion take?
Approximately 10 hours, sir.
Shall I pay you now?
If you don't mind, sir.
Good morning, unisex hairdressers.
Good morning. I'd like to make an appointment, please, at 3 o'clock this afternoon with Marcel.
Let me see. I'm afraid Marcel's busy at 3, madam.
Oh, dear, Marcel always does my hair.
I'm sorry, madam.
Well, how about 4 o'clock?
I'm terribly sorry, madam. Marcel's busy all afternoon.
Oh, what a nuisance.
I'm very, very sorry, madam, but you should always book well in advance. A new job.
Alice, have you seen this ad in the paper?
Oh, yes. But I'm not interested in finding a new job. I've been here since I left school. I like working here.
Really? I've only been here for 2 months and I'm already tired of doing the same thing every day. I want some adventure.
Adventure? There's too much adventure in New York. People are afraid of walking in the streets.
Oh, come on, it's not that bad, and the salaries are fantastic.
I'm not interested in earning more money. I've got enough now.
Oh, yes, but you live at home with your parents.
But I like living with my parents. What's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing, but I like being independent. I like travelling. I enjoy meeting new people. I'm going to apply for the job.
Well, good luck.
The weather forecast. Paul and Judy live in Birmingham. It's a large city in the Midlands. They're planning a weekend holiday.
I know, Judy. Why don't we go to Scotland?
It's a very long way.
Oh, it isn't too far. Anyway, the motorway's very good, so we can get there quickly.
But Scotland's often cold at this time of the year. It may snow.
Well, yes, it may. But I don't think it will.
Oh, I'm not sure. It is February, and I'm frightened of driving in snow. And we may not be able to find a hotel. They may be closed.
That's no problem. I can book a hotel by phone.
Well, perhaps it's not a bad idea. We may have beautiful weather.
Oh, we'll enjoy ourselves anyway. Let's watch the weather forecast on television. We may not go to Scotland. We may go to Wales or London. We can decide after the forecast.
Good evening, and here is the weather forecast for tomorrow. Northern Scotland will be cold, and there may be snow over high ground. In the north of England, it will be a wet day, and rain may move into Wales and the Midlands during the afternoon. East Anglia will be generally dry, but it will be dull and cloudy. In southern England, it will be a bright, clear day with sunshine, but it may rain during the evening. In the southwest, it may be foggy during the morning, but the afternoon will be clear. It may be windy later in the day.
A restaurant kitchen.
Hurry up, Chef. The customers have been waiting for 10 minutes. They're hungry and they're getting angry.
I know, but I've only got one pair of hands. You'll have to help me.
Help you? That's not my job. I'm a waitress, not a cook.
Well, both of my assistants are off work.
All right. What shall I do first?
Well, start putting the meat on the plates and I'll prepare the vegetables.
Okay. Is that enough meat?
Oh, that's a bit too much. Take a bit off.
What about potatoes?
Oh, put on plenty of potatoes. They're cheap. And lots of peas.
All right, all right. Can I take them now?
Have you put the sauce on yet?
Eh? Oh, no, I haven't. Well, where is it?
Oh, here it is.
Oh, there isn't quite enough sauce here.
There's plenty in that pan over there.
Ah, yes, I've got it.
Fine. Now you can begin taking the plates to the customers.
Ow! They're hot.
Well, use a cloth. And don't carry too many plates, you may drop them.
No, I won't drop them. I've never dropped a plate in my life.
Asking for directions.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm looking for the men's clothes department.
Ah, yes, sir. It's on the 4th floor. The lift's over there.
Thank you, but I'll use the stairs. I need the exercise.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, I've got an appointment with Mrs. Truman, the sales manager.
What time is your appointment, sir?
11:30.
Right. Go up those stairs to the 1st floor. Take the corridor on the left. Mrs. Truman's office is the 3rd door on the right. You can't miss it.
Thank you.
Oh, sir,
Yes?
don't bother to knock. Go straight in. She's expecting you.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm lost. Is this the way to Brighton?
No, I'm afraid it isn't. You're going the wrong way. This is the Portsmouth Road.
Oh, dear. Can you tell me the way to Brighton?
Yes, turn round and go back to the roundabout. Take the 3rd exit. That's the A272.
The A272?
That's right. You'll see signposts to Brighton from there.
Yes, please.
2 to Market Street, please.
36p.
Can you tell me when we get there?
Okay.
Thanks a lot.